Family. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We got some great news. Adam Scheffner, as I like to call it, has reported that there will be no suspensions handed down. There are no suspensions expected to be handed down from all of the melee that happened yesterday. More like fines. There will be fines that are going to be handed down. This is great news, y'all, because we're going in to play the Chiefs. We want to go into that game prepared, ready, full strength. That's the most important thing. We want to go into that game full strength. So that's all that mattered to me. I wanted to see this team healthy, full strength. And let's evaluate that real quick. Are we healthy and are we at full strength? We know that Flowers took a big ding in the game. Also, there was video that surfaced that Cincinnati player actually also stepped on his ankle right after the play, which was just egregious, man. Cincinnati, they're dirty. They're dirty. They're a dirty team. That's what it is, man. They're a dirty team. They mad that they're losing this year. They're upset that they're losing. Let me move this over. They're upset that they're losing this year. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like we probably didn't talk a little bit of trash. I know we probably did, but at the same token, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So they were dirty, okay? They were dirty. But we move on past that. The Chiefs, that's what I want to talk about, all right? This Chiefs game, man, I want it to be healthy. You know, Flowers, they said that it's just a sprained ankle. They're going to get more information over the next 2 days. But he's going to make a push to play on Sunday. That would be huge if we can make sure we have him and keep that depth with Jesse Davis. And also, let me move this off the screen. Also, you got a case of, oh man, y'all give me a second. Something just came across. Oh, that ain't pertaining to us. So Eric Rowe concussion protocol. The good thing is he came back into the game. The good thing is that he came back into the game. Who else got deemed up in this game? Elandon Roberts. That's the one that I got to keep my eye on because he's a huge loss, y'all. He's a huge loss, especially in the run game. Especially in the run game, man. Elandon Roberts, he wasn't talked about much this year, but Elandon Roberts was huge in the run game this year. I don't know if y'all know that, but recognize that, but he's a valuable asset. But we shall see, man, what the real deal is with that situation. And then other than that, it's the running back situation. It feels really good to have Myles Gaskins back. Yeah, we know he fumbled that long run, but at the end of the day, this kid continues to put work in, though. Smooth the sticks. He breaks tackles behind the line of scrimmage, something that Kalen Ballage wasn't able to do, something Kenyon Drake wasn't doing. And I'm thinking about Kenyon Drake. He over there struggling in Arizona now. They said it during the game yesterday. They were like, Kenyon Drake having his struggles, so they're going with another back to help him. So that's interesting. But yeah, man, I just love Gaskins' game. And Ahmed coming in, I think that those two guys need to be our backs next year, and you bring in another guy in the draft and let them compete. Maybe the guy in the draft starts, or maybe the guy is just another weapon that we brought in to compete. But I really do think that those two guys can be a 1-2 punch going into next year as they get better and they start to gel with this O-line. But I keep getting off track. I want to talk about this Chiefs game, man.
Daddy,
Yes, sir.
can I eat it?
No, Carter. No, leave him alone. Y'all go play, okay?
Is that fire?
Yes, I brought y'all here to have some fun. Go have some fun, all right? Listen, this Chiefs game, the Chiefs aren't invincible. You saw it last night. They could barely get in the end zone. They kept on kicking field goals. Broncos have a decent defense. But at the same token, they've never been invincible. I'm sitting there watching the game last night, and I'm like, Broncos are doing good against them because they're running some bump and run, and they're trying to flex Mahomes out of the pocket a lot. And once again, the second half starts, and what is wrong with these teams in the NFL? The second half starts, and all of a sudden, the Broncos secondary are given all the cushion in the world. No more bump and run. They're playing cushion coverage, and Mahomes just start picking up all these 7-yard and 12-yard passes easily. Like, for the life of me, man to man, bump and run, send the pressure against Mahomes, contain the edges, and you will eat him alive. You will eat him up. I never really paid attention to that philosophy until New England did it to the Chiefs a few years ago in the AFC Championship game. I'm telling y'all, man, and all this X and heel, let me tell y'all something. Y'all think Xavier Howard's going to be guarding Tyreek Hill? I want y'all to really think about that. I want y'all to really, 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 really think about that. You think X is going to be guarding Tyreek Hill? Y'all gotta stop. See, this is, you know what? This is the perfect matchup that proves to y'all that y'all gotta understand what it takes to play the cornerback position. What makes you great at the cornerback position? That doesn't mean X ain't great. But you really think that Xavier Howard is going to be guarding Tyreek Hill? Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that is a mismatch. Not because of skill, but because of speed. Speed. That's why I always been on the record saying Xavier Howard gets beat a lot. Blah, blah, blah. Xavier Howard he's great at jumping routes and coming underneath when quarterbacks throw a beeline instead of a floater. He's amazing with that. In any in route or crossing route, you don't want X covering that, and that is Tyreek Hill all day. X is a lateral player. I say lateral, vertical. Excuse me. He's not going from sideline to sideline. He doesn't cover well doing that unless it's a trash quarterback and a trash receiver. I'm just saying. You want X to worry about the one-on-one going up the sideline or the comeback routes and stuff like that. You don't want X worrying about crossing routes all day. You know why? Because then you're going to tire him out. Then you're going to start jogging again. And first of all, when you start tiring him out and he start jogging, you're not going to get the best version of X anyway. Shout out to Mitch Mack. We need Fitzy versus Chiefs. Tua gonna suck. You know, I'm gonna hold off on that big time. I'm gonna tell you why later whenever I talk about Tua versus Chiefs. This is the game you want him to play. This is the game he has to play. We'll talk about that later. We'll do a Tua versus Chiefs video. Man, I'm excited about this game. I'm excited about this game for Tua. I'm gonna just give you a quick snippet. I'm going to talk about it later in another video, but the reason why this is the game you want Tua to play, and this is it, is because this is real competition. Real competition, not Arizona where maybe, they flukes now, maybe. No, this is real competition. His first real competition. The difficulty level is going to be up there because he's going to have to keep up in points, even with a great defense. Even if our defense plays well, he has to execute. And above all, some of y'all may not want to hear me say this, and some of y'all are going to be excited that I'm saying this. This is the game where the kid has an opportunity to impress and change a lot of people's thought process, including mine. Like, just imagine, like, keep it 1,000 for a second. Tua comes out and he plays like he did versus Arizona against the Chiefs and we win the game. I'm sorry. That's big time. That's big time. Fighting for a playoff spot. In the trenches, you got, like, this is the game everybody, quote unquote, knows you're going to lose. And you big boy it. And you welcome to the NFL. What's up, Mahomes? I'm here. I'm sorry, y'all. I would rave about the man. I would rave about this kid because he got to make an impact in the game. But at the same token, and you know what? It ain't got to be a perfect game. This is a good team. You know those other games that defense won, but he didn't make a mistake. Like maybe no, I'm not gonna say last game, but like his first or his second game. You know those games back there where he played above average, but he didn't make a mistake and he made a play here and there that was huge. That's all he got to do. I mean, he can't give us Cincinnati Bengals first and second quarter, but if he has one of those mediocre above average games against a great team, that's big boy. That's big stuff. That's okay. You know what I mean? And that's real for me. Like I said, I'm a go down swinging, telling y'all you gotta earn it, man. I'm not giving nobody respect until you earn it. I mean, you got my respect, but at the same token, I'm not finna sit here and rave and hoop and holler and amplify anybody until they earn it. But that is an opportunity to earn it. I mean, who am I? Like, he don't need my validation, but for me, for me, this is the game where you own it. Tua beat two teams, Cardinals, Bengals. Agree? I'm not gonna say that. I don't agree. I say he beat the Cardinals. He didn't beat the Bengals. Think about it. The first half. Think about it. If the Bengals just had a good offense, we would have lost that game. We would have lost that game. The defense once again beat them. The defense held them to what? The defense had what? 7, 8 sacks? An interception? The defense. The defense won that game again. Tua showed up in the third quarter and gave us the punch that we needed to not let the game continue to be scary. Like, oh my gosh, please don't tell me we're finna lose to Cincinnati. He did that in the third quarter. He did that. Yes, Tua did that, y'all. The defense started the game, held the game, and closed the game. Facts. One little blunder up the sideline from a bad angle by Byron Jones. That is all the defense gave. That's it. That is it. They shut them down. Lieutenant Dan said, TD, I'm late, but what are your thoughts on the Jets throwing the game on purpose? Gase is trash. Nobody want to listen to me, man. But people act like it is impossible for Gase at the beginning of the season to have told the general manager, this ain't the team. The person before you left this a mess. I'm here. I want to fix this with you. Le'Veon Bell wants out. Nothing we can do about that. We're already going to be without a star receiver. This guy wants out. And Jamal Adams wants out. It's nothing we can do about that. We're about to lose our greatest talent. And this is almost before you even play a game. And then all of a sudden, it's like we might as well ship off what we can and get assets and keep it young and try to develop these guys. The one thing the Jets fans rave about is the fact that their young core has showed improvement. A coach gets credit for that. So they're shipping people out. It's no different from Brian Flores' first year. We Tunsil out, this out, that out. You ship everybody out, and you suck. You suck. And yesterday, believe it or not, even though they threw the game, it was also somewhat a good showing by the Jets, though. If you really put it into perspective, they had a good showing yesterday. They was just trash at the end. And then they fired a defensive coordinator, not Gase. Not Gase. That's Gase's staff. Gase made that decision because I think that he's more in line with the GM than people think. They just keep saying he's getting fired, he's getting fired. He might, but people need to stop overlooking the fact that they're just rebuilding and cleaning house. And Gase right there, like, I know what it is. People can keep on ragging on me. I know Sam Darnold ain't the guy. We going to get Trevor. So if they're intentionally tanking, that's more of the reason to know that Gase may not be here. This might literally be a throwaway season that they're intentionally doing. So if it's intentional, why is a guy going to get fired if him and the GM is intentionally tanking? So I keep telling people, man, I don't know if he's gonna get. We might get breaking news tomorrow. Gates fire. Oh, there you have it. Now I know that him and the GM really wouldn't in line. But people act like, no, this is so bad that he's going to get fired. And I always say, imagine a conversation at the beginning of the season saying, listen, we're losing all our best talent. We're not going to be the Super Bowl. We got a quarterback that we know is not the answer. Let's go ahead and secure our spot for Trevor Lawrence. Imagine that conversation being had, and they're successfully doing it. Now everybody thinking that a guy's going to get fired. And again, he may. But I'm looking at it in different ways, man. I'm seeing it in different ways. But hey, time will tell. He may actually get fired. We'll see. But anyway, back to the Chiefs, man. Y'all keep sidetracking me. Back to the Chiefs. They're not unstoppable. This is Tua's biggest opportunity. That's why, you know what, I'm appreciative of him playing versus the Bengals. Remember, my thing was, if he's going to play against the Chiefs, I need him to play against the Bengals. I need him to work out some kinks. I need him to show some improvement. And he worked out them kinks in the first half, because the second half, he showed that improvement. And I like that. I like that about him. I really like how poised he was. But again, we got to give credit where credit is due. It wasn't just Tua in that second half spread it out and did a hurry up. That's what we need to do. You can't let people look at your personnel you're sub in their package and say, we know, we have a good idea what they're similar, what type of play they're going to run, whether it's pass or throw. So we're going to put this personnel in and we're going to put pressure, or we're going to load the box or whatever, because this young guy probably ain't going to be calling audibles like that right now. He may call a few little simple ones, but he ain't calling, he ain't calling the perfect audibles at this point. So when you put them in a spread out, hurry up offense, they got to think twice. They can't see what you personnel in and out. They can't make a decision based off of what you got on the field. Finn's offensive line has to run block better against the Chiefs. Keep Mahomes on the field. Yeah, I'm just scared. I just hope that they don't get at Tua. I hope this kid don't go down and down and down. People going to be like, oh, it's the O-line. They're trash. You're playing against good competition this week coming up. You're playing against good competition this week. And let me say something. I want to be clear about something. Public service announcement. I want y'all to listen to me. Some of y'all been rocking with me for a long time. Some of y'all new, so y'all don't understand. I wholeheartedly, sincerely do mean this. I want Tua Tagovailoa to be great. I want him to be great. When I sit here and I criticize him about, play at times, it's only talking about the things he needs to do to improve, because I refuse to do what we did with Tannehill. We either made too many excuses or we killed him. I'm not going to kill Tua, nor am I going to make excuses. I am going to evaluate it fairly, as if, honestly, I'm not even a fan. Just somebody who's giving their opinion based off of what they see. I'm not going to overreact, because I want to know fairly. I know a lot of people want to walk around here, he's our future. That's all fine. That's fandom. I can get into fandom real easy. I can crown somebody the king before they've earned it. I can do that real easy. But I'm not going to sit here and make excuses all day, and then 7 years later still be trying to make those excuses. I'm not going to do that. I know it's not popular. But guess what? If Tua ends up being one of the greatest, I promise you I'm going to appreciate it more than the people who optimistically said that he would, because I got to feel his struggles and his improvement. I got to actually honestly say, I remember the day it was like this, and now this kid is really, I got to feel his growth. That is so much more important to me. That is so much more important to me. To be able to feel my quarterback's growth versus make excuses for him all the time until he's actually there and then act like he was always there. It's like we're making a case to why he's the greatest of all time. We're trying to keep the early resume great so that he can still be in the conversation for greatest of all time. No. His career is going to be what it is. What matters most is not Tua Tagovailoa. What matters most is winning a Super Bowl and what it takes to get there. Shout out to the homie, the Triple S podcast said, what's poppin', TD? What you think of the extended look we got at Noah playing cornerback after X got tossed? He had tight coverage on his one target I saw. You know, it's an improvement, but you can't put much stock into it because, again, it ain't like it was their number one guy. You know what I mean? Guy on the field and he played great football. So big up to Noah, but at the same token, you know, you want to, if he gets thrust into a situation where the number one receiver, he got to guard him, you want to see that level of play. You want to see him play lagging, so y'all going to have to tell me. Maybe it's just David, but y'all let me know, yes or no, in the comment section. Am I lagging? Am I lagging? A little lag, yes. Wow. Oh, hold on. Maybe I know what it is. Let me see. Lag, yes. A little lag, a little. Oh man. I mean, I got everything turned on inside, and I got the kid's iPad hooked to my phone. Everything. My bad. Not much. Okay. Hopefully we can get through this way, and then on my next video I can make the adjustment. But again, I'm gonna be same thing with Noah, man. Noah did not look like he was ready for the biggest stage when he first started. It was rough for him. And yesterday was a positive sign, but at the same token, you know, you're gonna have to wait till you see him thrust into a situation where he's playing against, you know, a top receiver. You know, so you know, time will tell. You know, I got to keep it real with everybody. You know, I'm not going to make no excuses for him either. I don't make no excuses for nobody. You know, and it's funny. People will sit there and it's okay to say stuff like that about Noah, but it ain't okay to say that about Tua. You know what I mean? It's crazy to me. Because when Noah was looking bad early on, what did everybody do? Oh, Noah's trash. We wasted a pick. Wow, what a bust. But nobody got on the people for saying that. Nobody said anything. They were just ragging Noah. Man, Noah trash, man. They wasted a pick, man. Oh, a first round pick. Oh, they reached and this and that. They killed this man. Like tell me I'm wrong. People were killing Noah, and nobody held people accountable for killing Noah. Nobody said a thing. Nobody was like, oh, well, he's young, he's learning. Yeah, they may have thrown in here and there. Well, he's a rookie, you know, all rookies get beat, but they allowed the assassination of Noah Igbinoghene. They allowed it. G Firm says showing love to my man TD. As always, G Firm. I know what time it is. Appreciate you, homie. But for real, man, nobody did that with Noah. It was okay to come at Noah head. But as soon as you say the first thing about Tua, oh, it's World War III. That ain't cool. That ain't fair, man. That ain't fair. And y'all know I'm being honest. Y'all know I'm telling the truth right now. Y'all know good and well. Look at them first 3 games. How did they treat Noah? And nobody stood up for that man. Nobody said nothing. Nobody. And I agree. It's dumb to expect flawless performance from any rookie. I agree. It is dumb to expect flawless from any rookie. But that doesn't mean you can't break down their game and talk about the things they do well and the things they need to improve. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially when at the end of you saying the things they need to do well that they struggled in, that over time you have confidence that they will. I've always said I got confidence Tua gonna be fine. But right now he's looking like this, he's doing that. I've always said this kid will be fine. Because let me tell you, I see the intangibles. Right now, the biggest question for me is he the type of guy that need things around him, or is he the type of guy that carry the team? The jury right now says he needs a lot around him. And I think that's fair. He needs an O-line that blocks. He needs good receivers. And he needs a run game. And some would argue he might need a good defense too. That's the only thing I'm talking about. You give Tua perfect around him, like Mahomes got right now and all that. Tua's Mahomes boyish. I believe it. I'm telling y'all now. You give Tua what Mahomes got around him, he's Mahomes boyish. He's putting up numbers. He's throwing touchdowns. He's shocking the world. He's doing it all. I really do believe it. Tua, I already know he has that in him. But in the NFL, this league here, you're not gonna always have it. I give it a year and a half, and Mahomes ain't gonna have all that. Mahomes ain't gonna have all that. And how is he gonna look then? And that's what matters to me. These rookies keep on flashing and making everybody so impressed, but they got the perfect situation around them because they only making $8 million a year. And then when they making 40 and they can't have everything around them, things go down from there. The Seahawks just lost. Like, really? The Seahawks just lost. Go look at the way they lost. You can definitely recognize, Russell Wilson's so great that he's still going to get you to the playoffs, but they need more. They need more, man. With Andy Reid, I think Mahomes will still be good. I never say he wouldn't be good. I'm talking about the team. He will still be good, but he ain't putting up 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns. He'll still be good, but he ain't putting up them same numbers. He's still going to be one of the candidates for MVP. He ain't putting up them numbers, though. His team ain't getting 14 wins a season. You could drop that down to 12 max. They got a less chance of winning the Super Bowl at that point. They'll make it to the playoffs every year. But that's what happens, man. I've been proving this for the last 3 years, y'all. Evidence. Every year I bring the same evidence and add a team or two onto it because it's their time to go through it. Every time one of these young quarterbacks that took their team to an AFC championship or did something amazing because they were on a rookie deal, then they got their money and their team ain't been the same since. Byron has to be better, period. Oh, my gosh. What Byron got to be better at? Y'all kill me with that. What does Byron have to be better at? The man have like one play a game or two play a games where somebody catch a ball on him or something happen and he got to be better? Do you understand Byron is all over his man? Like, where do people get this from? It amazes me. I see the ball thrown to Byron Jones 10 times. He batted away or it's incomplete or he veer his man to the sideline. And then one play that he give up, oh, Byron Jones, man, he got to be better. Where does this come from? The same thing I said about Van Noy. Van Noy was a waste of a pick. He playing like trash. Like, do y'all watch film? Who still wants Herbert? Tua trending. Herbert trending. Down. I'm not sure about that. People only look at interception CD. I know. That's all that is. Byron got to be better. Do you recognize the reason why a part of the reason why Xavier Howard is getting the love he getting is partly because of Byron too? You can't just, think about it. If Byron was trash, they would never go to X. They would never throw the ball towards X. X wouldn't have no 8 picks. X might have 3 picks right now, Byron J. If Noah was out there on the boundary. They wouldn't throw X way. Do you recognize why they not forget it, let's just play football. Let's not try to attack a specific guy. Nick Needham locking people down in the nickel. And we know X is an interception machine, so let's go to Byron. Every time we throw over there, he batting something away or he got good coverage. So, we let's just play football. Whoever, is our hot read on this, let's take a chance. And X eating. I can't believe people think that Byron Jones is having a bad season or having a problem. Byron Jones is playing excellent football. He's not your interception guy. He's not an interception guy. I get that, but think about it. To not be a turnover machine, but and to make that kind of money, this coaching staff knew what they were getting. Greer knew what he was getting. We got a guy who's literally going to shut his side of the field down. And now we get to allow Xavier Howard to be even more of a ball hawk because the ball is going to come his way more. That's the name of the game. Byron locked down your side of the field. They're going to feel like they could take a chance with X because they see a little cushion, but X's strength is recovering and, baiting you. And when they get stuck on that, they're going to try to take advantage of the middle of the field, and thank God Nick Needham has come on. It's tough to throw against us, y'all. Y'all don't know that. It is tough to throw the ball against us. It's that, like I keep saying, the quarterback got to be perfect and the receiver got to be perfect. And in this league, it is not a perfect league, y'all. It is not a perfect league. These great quarterbacks are not accurate as you think. Everything look accurate when it's a completion to a wide open man or a zone play and you throwing in the zone. And even those plays be inaccurate, but the guy can make an adjustment to go get it. Gamer said, I want to lose to the Chiefs because the Dolphins will want revenge to beat the Pats after losing to the Chiefs and trash talk to match their work, TD. Nah, Gamer boy, I'm sorry, homie. I ain't with you on that. If we can beat the Chiefs, that is way bigger than losing to the Patriots. If we lost to the Patriots, that is way bigger than losing to the Patriots. Patriots ain't making no playoffs. I don't care what they out here doing and they out here impressing people. They ain't going to no playoffs. I don't care that they going on they making some impressive wins. It's too late. It is too late. Think about it. How many wins they got? They 2 whole games behind us with 4 left. They ain't going. They still got to play Buffalo. So either way, it's going to work in our favor. Either one of them win against each other. One of them's getting knocked down. Either way, it goes in our favor. They not making no playoffs. If Patriots beat Buffalo, that's better for us to possibly leapfrog Buffalo. If Buffalo beats Patriots, it suppresses them. They definitely ain't making it. You got to think about it. They have to win out. They got to go 4-0 for the next 4. Not saying they can't do it, but if they do it, that means the Buffalo took a loss too. And they probably going to take a loss to Pittsburgh. I had another donation. Let me go back to it. G Firm said Byron Jones' game is similar to Nnamdi Asomugha. Low interceptions, but must judge is performance on yards allowed and catches allowed. Exactly. And the thing with Byron, he'll allow a catch, but it's going to be in front of him for a short gain, and then he want to come up to make the tackle. He keeps you in front of those sticks. He keeps you in front of the sticks. Dwayne said, I want 12-4. We'll be happy with 11-5, satisfied with 10-6, disheartened by 9-7, and saddened by 8-8. Wow, that's powerful, man. I want to put my take on that. 12-4, Super Bowl. 11-5, Super Bowl. 10-6, let's go compete. 9-7, gosh. 8-8. Y'all don't even know what I want to say right now. I'm going to make people mad if I say it. And y'all know I got to say it. 8-8, go draft Trevor Lawrence. Listen. Like, keep it 1,000, y'all. In these last 4 games, Tua got to win 1. Is that unfair? Y'all put me in check right now. In these next 4 games, Tua got to win 1. Put me in check right now if I'm just tripping. If I'm tripping, maybe I am, and I'm asking y'all legitimately because maybe I'll just ease off of it. But the next 4 games, he got to win 1. You got to win 1. You got to win 1. You lose all four, I'm sorry. I'm officially on one of those guys that say, I don't care nothing about being no rookie. I don't care nothing about, oh, well, give them time to learn. I know you. Some of y'all saying two. Listen. I'm just trying to keep it. Listen, I'm giving. Listen, all four of these teams are gonna be good teams. You gotta win one. Raiders lose the other three, but at least win that one. I'm just saying we cannot end the season with 8 wins. We cannot lose the season with 8 wins. Somebody said I think 500 is fair. That means I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt and saying .250. 1-3, at a minimum. And it's, hey, let's see what we can get momentum going into next year. But you go on four in these last ones, sorry. Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Tua is only responsible for one loss. I agree with that. He is only responsible for one loss. I agree with that. The Broncos game. The Broncos game. Tua is not. Tua ain't responsible for no other loss. But he's also only responsible for one win. He got to get us two, Pats and Raiders. I feel you, G Firm. That's fine. I only need one. I only need 1 out of 4. And I'm ready to rock with him next year. But you go 0-4, I'm officially not on that wagon. Sorry. Sorry. Nope. Nah. This team is coached too well with a great defense to lose 4 straight. TD, if Tua started first game, what will our record be? We're 8-4 right now. We'd be 7-5. And I'd be impressed. We'd be 7-5 if Tua started the first game, and I would be impressed. I would be impressed. Because Patriots game, Buffalo game, defense wasn't helping at all. They weren't going to help the young kid, and he was going to have his struggles starting out, regardless. They weren't going to help, so that wouldn't have been a different. Now, the game Tua would have probably won might have been the Seattle game. But the game I truly feel like he might have lost, and I know y'all probably disagree, is the who was the ones that we played first, the Rams or the Chargers? Whoever the first one we played, he would have probably lost that game. I forgot who it was. Rams, yeah. I think we would have lost that game. Because I think we were just clicking so well on both sides. Wait, hold on. Was that the game? Y'all, hold on. Let's walk through these games. First two, I don't think it would have been different. The third game was against Jacksonville. We would have beat Jacksonville. Defense was playing too well. Jets, we would have won. He beat the Cardinals. Who was after that? It's one of them games that I can't think about. Gosh. Man, I can't remember. It's one of them games I think that we possibly would have lost. We were just clicking on offense so well, y'all. 49ers. Is that the game? It's either the 49ers or the Chargers. I gotta remember which game was which and how it went. It's either the 49ers or the Chargers. One of those games. Did he play against the Chargers? Seattle, I think he would have won. I think he might have beat Seattle. You know what game I also think he might have that we had a chance to lose? I know everybody's going to say no. But last week versus the Jets, coming off of that Denver loss, and the Jets defense played well, in my opinion. We could have lost that game, I believe. Possibly. I mean, a lot of y'all will probably say no. But he would have beat Seahawks. Tua would have beat the Seahawks because our defense played well. Even though Russ still made plays, our defense played well enough. But Fitz, man, I still can't get over it. Tua would not have thrown that ball in the end zone as a beeline. He would have floated it right over the top, wide open to the tight end. I'll never forget that one play. It angers me even now, man, because that was a W. Fitz threw that pick in the end zone. The guy was wide open, but it required a certain type of pass. You can't shoot it straight because the guy just comes underneath like X does. X takes angles. If the ball is coming straight, X is coming underneath. If the ball is floating, X is going to take getting beat and try to make the tackle. You can't throw the ball straight against X. You got to float every one, and X ain't doing that. He not intercepting those. It's these guys trying to throw these beeline passes where you could just get in front of. Like, think about it. Do y'all realize you could be beat by 5 yards, but if the quarterback throws it straight, you can cut 5 yards early and have it come straight to you and not travel to the defender? It kills me, man. And Fitz threw that ball. It was wide open. That was the win against Seattle, and we didn't win because he didn't float it in for the touchdown. All you had to do is put a little touch on it, but he bulleted it in. Guy came underneath. That hurt. That hurt. I had a donation. Oh, there it is. G Firm, the homie again. He said, we also got to put those losses into context. If he goes 0-4, Herbert starts 4, yet people saying his praises. If Tua goes 4-0 and plays like the Rams, that won't be acceptable either. Listen, what we have to understand is this. Tua could have played the way that he played versus the Cardinals, and the Cardinals could have still won the game, and I would have praised Tua. It doesn't. People think that it's the win-loss. Now, when you contribute to the win or contribute to the loss, that's what makes the difference. So I'm going to have to slightly disagree because Herbert was the only reason that they were even in those games. Those 0-4, like literally the first 4 games, Herbert was on fire. Herbert was playing good football. The team around him just sucked. But you saw how Herbert was trying to wheel him anyway. Let's go. Last drive. We got a chance. We're in it because I'm throwing this rock. That's the difference. So if Tua goes out and he balls out and we lose, you got to stop, Carter. Stop it. Get off of that tree. You have to give him credit. I wouldn't dare. I'm at play, not the W and L when it comes to him. Now, if you contributed to the L, and we could say if you had actually played average or a little above average, we could have won. That's fair too. That's fair too. So, I mean, Herbert has had some shootouts with some of the best teams in the league. Down to the wire. And Herbert has had, maybe I would say about 2 games where he struggled too. These guys are going to struggle. Tua has had games that he struggled. They're going to struggle. So when Herbert struggled, whoever covers Herbert in the Chargers, they should be criticizing his flaws and what he need to improve on in those moments. And then praise him when he's doing well. It's just that Herbert has a lot more games where he's done well and made an impact on his team, in my opinion. Just my take on it. Listen, I think the important thing right now is to get Tua everything that he needs around him. I'm starting to agree with everybody now. We need a better playmaker at the receiver position to help him next year. I'm honestly say load it up for him. Give him everything he needs. We cannot sit here and honestly say that he's going to be a guy to carry a team, but if you give him everything he needs, he's going to help your team. I truly believe that. So go get him what he needs. And as he grows as a quarterback and starts to make up for our weaknesses, then you can afford to give him what he has now. We have to build Tua to be a great quarterback to where what he has now would be enough. Because what he has now would be realistic once a quarterback starts making better money. What he has now is more realistic to have a well-rounded team. You can't have a great defense and a great offense. You can have a good defense and a good offense. So right now, get him everything he needs for next year. Go get a running back, get a few more pieces on that O-line, and go get him a top-flying receiver to go with Parker, Preston, and the rest of those guys. All you need is one more receiver that's really good. One more top guy that's really good, and you got all the weapons you need. You go get that for him, give him protection, and that O-line run blocks well. Tua's going to impress everybody. And as he develops his game to start to go over the top with it, oh my gosh, this team is just ridiculous. Now you start shaving some of those pieces so you can get ready for that salary jump. Because he's getting better, so the team doesn't have to be as good. But he's not there yet, and that's not a knock on him. Let's do this the right way. I don't want to make that conclusion yet, but a piece of me feels like, the conclusion can start to be made. Tua's not the guy that's going to carry the team by himself right now. He needs great things around him. Now, he can grow to be able to carry the team, but he ain't a day one. And nothing's wrong with that. He not the Russell Wilson day one. He not the Dak Prescott day one. With a good team around him is what I'm saying. But he's good enough, and he's going to end up turning into being great if we do this the right way. Because we can't have all those weapons forever. We do need Najee Harris. Possibly. Get him. I don't care. Familiarity, whatever it takes. If he's going to be the guy and y'all sold on him, as the organization I'm talking in regards to, then do it right. You recognize that he's going to need more weapons around him and things like that. Do it right. Go get him. Spare no expense. Go get him. And as he grows and develops and becomes that dude, starts to wean him off of some of that stuff so he can start to carry us in other areas. Because he's going to have to. The salary is going to require him to. That's how this league is. The salary is going to require him to have to be that guy that carries the team like the one we have now. You're not going to be able to have everything around you. And if you do have everything around you, then you have to go back to the days of not a great defense. We may keep a good secondary, but the front seven may not be the same. So that's what it is. Somebody said I'm so close to buying a Tua jersey. I just need to see a little more. That's the fairest assessment I've heard, man. That's how I feel, I just need to see a little more. Not to buy a jersey. I don't buy a jersey until you that guy. Come here, Cammy. Come here.
What?
Let me go. I'm gonna clean you up, okay? Anyway, man, I'm gonna be back with y'all with another stream soon. This TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Get out of here. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna be back with y'all soon, man. We're gonna talk more stuff. Talk about some of these players, who stock up, who stock is down, all that good stuff. I need to go clean them up. They've been playing in the dirt long enough. All right, y'all. Peace. See y'all soon.